We start on a somber note this week here on Wingin' It. Michelle Branch, hero to everyone in the early 2000s, the Punisher of punk rock, has been arrested for domestic violence.
No way.
Like, wait a second, what? Yeah, this happened Sunday. She was trending, and she literally got arrested, mugshot and everything, and I guess she abused her estranged husband.
But didn't her husband cheat on her?
I mean, did she tell the cops that? I don't know. Does that get her off? Patrick Carney, I thought it was literally the dude from Insidious 2 or the second season of Fargo, but apparently he's some rock drummer, which I guess checks out.
That used to be my neighbor's name. His mom was a sub in Rockwood. The Carney.
Wait a second. What? Say that again? Oh, that was the name of your neighbor? I thought you said it was him.
Patrick Carney. Mrs. Carney. No, that's funny though. I literally was on TikTok the other day and saw just one of the like songs people forget about, and it was like a Michelle Branch song, and I literally almost typed out a tweet like, "We need Michelle Branch back."
We do, and Brendan's totally right. We should pay her bail. Wingin' It should cover that as an expense. It's even funnier because literally that happened Sunday, and Brendan, Drew, and I were jamming out to Michelle Branch at Lake of the Ozarks literally all weekend. Before that happened. So yes, Michelle Branch bangers without further ado everywhere.
Drew's probably devastated.
He is. We literally sent it to him and he was crying. All You Wanted, Breathe, Sooner or Later, which I believe is from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and Goodbye to You. But again, I beg the question is like, will Gen Z ever have those type of songs where it's like certified throwback jams or even like alternative rock? I feel like people born in the early 2000s. Well, Jack, you're our resident Gen Z expert. But what's the deal here?
Yeah, barely. But I don't know. I bet their throwbacks will be like lame shit. Like, she's not lame, but like Olivia Rodrigo. That's like,
no, it'd be No Hands by Waka Flocka.
Yeah, like I guess you're right. I was just gonna say they don't really have like a rock scene or like I don't know.
They won't have Blink. They won't have Yellow Card. Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's weird. They'll have Bieber.
Yeah, but I mean, thinking about it, like the generations older than us, like our grandparents were like, "Oh, they'll never have Elvis. They'll never have the Beatles." And it's like, who gives a fuck? Like every era of music is different. And that's what makes music cool. Like,
totally.
They'll have different throwbacks than us, which I think is completely fine.
I'll never forget like
That's
satellite radio. My dad's literally, I was always making fun of him as a teenager because he had the best of the 50s on for like Sirius XM. It was like, yeah, he was probably thinking like, yeah, you guys never had the Twist and Shout.
I would kill though there's some people who don't care about it, but like I would kill to have like grown up with like classic rock and stuff like that, like when it was coming out.
What would your ideal decade there, Jack?
The 70s, like the Eagles, the Stones, like all that. I love that shit. Yeah.
Well, speaking of music, our old friend Tommy Lee, Pam and Tommy, who was begging for tits at his last Dead concert in Kansas City last month. Well, he's kicked it up a notch and decided to just willingly post a picture of his dick on Instagram.
I saw that.
So, wait, you actually sought it out?
No, I saw the headline, like Tommy Lee, a picture of dick.
Bro, what? That dude, like, did he say
his account get banned?
Somehow it was still up. Like, it didn't get banned, but it's like, did he not? He said, fuck OnlyFans. He's like, you know what? You get this shit for free. Instagram and my Facebook page.
Well, speaking of stuff like that, I saw today, it's like a new ad for like one of those high like fashion brands, and Kid Cudi's on it. And it's literally just a black and white picture, and there's just a sock hanging on his dick.
Come on.
And I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, Yeah, I don't know.
So
Who's repping that?
Did Tommy Lee's Instagram, like his account, get deleted yet, or is it still up?
You know what? I will do investigating for the people.
It had to have gotten deleted, if I had to guess.
It had to have been. Instagram had to have been like, what the fuck? Like someone just like someone presses the panic button. Uh-oh, we got a celebrity willingly posting his dick.
It's still up, or his page is still up, and he literally posted a meme 4 hours ago that says it's this rabbit, and it says opens Instagram, ignores the DMs, posts something deranged, leaves.
Okay.
So he deleted it, yeah, and he posted this meme. Like Instagram had to taken it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, dude, like what? How this guy has to just be so desperate. But this dude's been trending twice in the last month. PR person deserves a raise. All right, well, let's wrap up music. When asked what celebrity would they willingly be a pet for, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson didn't waste a single second slip by before answering Megan Thee Stallion. And he's right.
He's also married. Like, I wonder what his wife thought about that.
Right. He's married, number one. Number two, that's such a weird question. And number three, I thought it was kind of funny because like pet rock, like that people. Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Imagine The Rock in dog form. That'd be like the most busty ass big dog.
He would be the dog from fucking Big Mouth. That talks. It sounded like he had been prepped for that question before, but I agree. Who was asking that? It wasn't he with like Kevin Hart or something? It was like a group interview, and he didn't shy away from a single second.
Yeah, good for him.
Right. I wonder what Megan thought about that. He's not wrong. Our weekly climate change. Too hot now, New York Times posts. Too hot now for outdoor performances where people are like, not just like concerts, but think about outdoor plays where you're wearing costumes, wigs, etc. People are literally like having to cancel concerts or plays because it is so damn hot out. And Arizona is cut off to 21% to the Colorado River. Those states that are going through that drought, which is such a shame because I love Zona, Nevada, Vegas, obviously. But what is it? It's the Hoover Dam or some dam out there, the Colorado River. It's been evaporating the last decade, and now states are going to be fighting for for literal life there to try and get their water to their people.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, personally, I think that there's definitely climate change going on. And if like you deny that, I think you're just doing it for political reasons or because you're basically dumb. But
or you don't want to believe
not
it.
Educated.
Exactly. Don't want that reality to set in.
Yeah. And I think people are in denial about it. But I also wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not on the side of things where I'm like, oh, the Earth's going to end in 5 to 10 years either. But I think we should definitely start paying more attention to it at this point because I don't think there's any denying it. Any logical person can't deny it.
And I guess good news that Congress did pass that climate bill. Like it got shredded, and all that House of Cards different way, but at least we passed it. But yeah, it's like I'm to the point where agreed where I'm not worried. I'm worried about my kids, and their entire life.
Right.
I'm kind of worried to the point where I'm like mapping out, what state should I live in where it's like maybe not going to be fucked in my lifetime?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, it's like, we like hot weather, but it's seriously getting so hot where it's like, hey, good for you if you have air conditioning and a house, a roof over your head, but just I feel so bad for the people that don't,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got a high of 88 tomorrow in Dallas. That's crazy.
Jesus Christ. Is it winter there already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a high of 104 today, and tomorrow's a high of 88, which is a nice little change there.
You guys had to have had like a streak of 2 months straight in triple digits.
Oh, yeah. And basically 2 months straight with no precipitation either. It was wild.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Hey, who knows though? So I have bad news as my dog's so crazy. So of course it's been well known that Joey, and maybe it hasn't been well known, but going to the lake, the week bender in St. Louis, we went from getting a rental car to hit fire ass grub spots to barely using the car and door dashing Lion's Choice twice. And then I I dropped the car off. Great. Okay, we go through all the hassle of that. I get hit with a $250 charge because Joey was dissecting a swisher in the passenger seat and left the wrapper in there. So I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Like they're sending all these photos. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll just eat the charge, Joey. Don't worry about it. It's not even. He's like, fight it. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna fight? I'm like, it's not even worth my time. 2 days later, I get an email just telling me I've been completely removed from Turo. The entire community is
for
that Lion's Choice. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So
did they think you were like smoking in the car or something?
Yeah, they literally were like, "Hey, this is our smoking policy," and it was like, we were not smoking in the car. Obviously, I'm not a goddamn idiot, but it was just like, the wrapper in the car was just was the glove on fucking OJ's hand.
Was there like a shit ton of like tobacco, like from?
Yeah, so there was like strands of tobacco on the floor, like from the swisher. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, really? And it was such a shitty ass car to begin with. I was like, all right, thanks. Let's pay this guy's insurance for the next month. But yeah,
that's funny.
At least that Lion's Choice was fire. Speaking of lions, all right. So this is my favorite question. Where has this? It's the question: has this invaded your guys' For You page on TikTok? This is Lion Trees. He needs to hit a hole in one. Have you guys seen that?
It's like all spin off of Tiger Woods names. It's like Panther Forest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Lion Trees is fucking invading everyone's For You page, and it's always like he needs to hit a hole in one for his sister not to be mutilated by a moose. And then finally it was like, this is Panther Wood. He needs a hole in one to kill Lion Trees. It's TikTok for you. I had 7 bars today, but shot a 98. I just need to reset this winter. I need to get back in the lab. I just need consistency, get my yardages down, do some chipping. More consistency.
7 pars and a 98.
So exactly, I lost 7 balls and still had 7 pars. So I was like, 7 pars is what I need to break 85, but I can't have a 9, 2 7s, and an 8 like I did. Difficult course, but you were saying before that. Anyone?
No, I was just saying those Panther Forest and Lion Trees TikToks come up for me all the time, but I've just started skipping past them.
I know, it got so old. I found it funny 3 times, and then I was like,
yeah.
All right, that's it for me. Perfect timing. Short and sweet this week. I'm about to head out to a little bit of flow trip, and then hope to be on a little bit more set schedule for the fall football season and etc. So let's get caught up on all the latest. Jack, I gotta gas you up. Obviously the tea every week, but the suggestions, and he's so good at he'll give me a suggestion. I didn't like Peaky Blinders. He's like, trust me, gut it out. I didn't like Blackbird. He goes, trust me, gut it out. I'm currently binging Blackbird and loving it. So without further ado, let's get some more stuff here from Jack D.
Dude, it's all about build up in shows. You gotta just let it.
Dude, the guy from the main detective from that movie Miley Cyrus was in. Her dad.
That
actor, right?
Yeah, I forgot what his name is, but yeah, he's been in some shit. But yeah, dude, that one's just crazy because it's all real. That's the craziest part.
And kind of Midwest, right? Indiana, Illinois. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the criminally insane prison is in Springfield, Missouri. So
right.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of climate change and the world and everything, by the end of the year, the population is set to officially cross 8 billion people. Apparently we weren't there yet, but apparently we were teetering, but now we're going to be at 8 billion.
So we're still growing, but Elon says we're not growing. It's hard to, I guess, keep up or break it down.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what it kind of makes me just wonder, like he says, Elon himself, whenever he's talking about the population, he's like, he's like, look at the numbers. I urge you guys to look at the numbers. And I'm like, okay, I would love for you to just like share an open source file for me to like actually look at these numbers and see what parameters we're talking about. But it just doesn't work that way. And so it's like, how do we even educate ourselves on it?
And
Basically,
Elon, you can never tell when Elon's trolling. Like he literally, God, he just made headlines. I didn't even notice this until New York Times tweeted about it or wrote about it. How he joked about buying Manchester United, and like soccer Twitter's crazy. So it sent Man U into a frenzy, and he had to come out and say, no, I was kidding. But what's so even crazier about that is it's been reported that he could buy like 3 professional leagues, all of their franchises. So if he did just want to buy Man U, he could. It'd be less expensive than Twitter.
Dude, yeah. But I like aren't there so many like rules that go into it? Like I feel like a lot of people just wouldn't like let him, because isn't it pretty hard to like buy an NFL team?
Yeah, that's the biggest boys club.
But then like, hold up, because I should know this better, but Broncos sold their team, right? Like the ownership changed. But then I thought I heard that someone else just got like bought into the Broncos, and I was like, I don't know if I like that person as much.
So it's like, so the main family that just bought the Broncos. So Pat Bowlen was like a legendary owner. He had mental problems and signed a trust, and then his kids just kind of fucked up the trust, and they had to sell to like bail themselves out of money. So it's the Arkansas money. It's the guys, the Walton family from Walmart. They're the majority owners, but they took money from all these kind of minorities because it was over 5 million.
I guess I totally get bringing on investors. I just was led to believe as a Broncos fan that it was the Walton family, and then it was like, oh yeah, these guys came with them, and I'm like, oh,
right.
Well, I don't. All right, that's fine, I guess. But it's funny how they also.
A-Rod's a Timberwolves owner, like he's like, it's like, what, why is he in the NBA and why do you like the Timberwolves? But everyone's trying to get an ownership.
I like how he also said that that like, I guess Stan gets no cut of this. So
Stan Kroenke, speaking of boys club, he fucking owns Arsenal and everyone hates him. He just won a Stanley Cup.
Dude, get this too. You want to talk about this man really gets me fired up. But so there's this huge, if you've been to Denver, there's this huge like amusement park in the middle of Denver, and it's called Elitch Gardens. And basically they're tearing it down. There's talks of them moving it to like towards the airport, but for right now they're tearing it down. Well, who owns that property? Stan Kroenke. What are they going to do there? Just build huge like condominiums or apartments? And I'm like, this fucking guy.
I mean, he's super smart, like, God,
I mean, I did
going
the same
on with
thing.
LA.
Yeah.
He's just cutthroat.
They just have property from back in the day.
All right. Speaking of money, LeBron signed a 2-year, $97.1 million extension today.
It makes sense. He wants to stay in LA because he's got so much. He's a billionaire. His basketball salary is such a minimal part of what he actually makes just from being in LA now. And it's, I mean, can he win a championship in LA? Not with Russell Westbrook. So that was kind of interesting. It's like if he wanted to maybe shake things up, maybe go to New York, but I think he's staying put.
When can Bronny enter the league? Would the earliest be 3 years?
God, I just saw. I think it's going to be 3 years.
Is he a senior? Is he going to be a senior?
I think he's going to be a senior. Apparently, he's like not getting many offers.
Maybe it's 2 years. Maybe it's 2 years so that he can
man is 17 years old, so I assume that's the age of junior or senior, I guess, depends.
He's entering senior year.
So then you got to play one in college, right? And then
or no way he signs with the G League, but who knows?
It's crazy me how all those NBA players are still like friends, even though they seem to like hate each other. Like you see those videos of LeBron at Draymond's wedding, they were getting lit, and then apparently Draymond was handing out blunts and stuff, which is crazy.
Right.
Does he have like a weed deal too?
I don't know.
He probably can't because of NBA rules, but I could see that totally being laxed in, especially in California, in like 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But the NBA's got to get a cut.
They
They
don't
don't
test
test
for weed anymore, right?
No,
No.
yeah,
I'm
they were
pretty
like the
sure-
first progressive one to be like, what are we? Paul Pierce openly talked about how he was like smoking before games, like, which
Yeah.
I assume most people in the NBA actually do. Maybe like
I could.
That'd be
20%.
awesome to like see that pregame ritual.
Right. What do you do in the locker room? You know, out back with fucking Jim, the bus driver.
I could be totally wrong, Dylan. You might know this more than me, but like I feel like people hate Goodell, people hate Rob Manfred. I feel like do people hate Adam Silver or do they think I feel like
I don't
he's
think
not,
any-
like, that much hate.
I don't think anyone likes a commissioner, but he would be the most popular
Least
out of
hated.
the group. Exactly. Least
Yeah,
hated.
Least
Yeah.
hated. Okay. This is an interesting headline. T.I. punches one of the Chainsmokers in the face because they were hanging out in the bottle service and he got comfortable with them and he kissed T.I. on the cheek. And so he popped him in the face. And the dude admitted it. He was like, yeah, I thought we were like already like homies like that. I was like, all right, well, I don't know if anyone's homies like that, but like,
Homies like what? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he punched him.
I mean, personally, I think if you do that, if you punch someone for that, you're like uncomfortable with your sexuality. Like, I don't think someone deserves to get punched in the face over that.
Well, yeah,
If-
Drew would be dead if that was
Yeah.
the case.
Well, I
If a
would
dude-
posture if you don't even know what the fuck this person's about, and like it's like, is this dude clowning me?
okay.
Like, what's he doing? You know, like if it's
Okay, I
your
can
boy,
see that.
it's like, yeah,
Is he about
Yeah,
to
that-
mug me or some shit
Yeah, I mean,
too?
Sure, yeah, some random person. Yeah, I
did he give me
guess.
the kiss of death?
You met him 4 hours ago. That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about
like
versus
I gave this guy some of my fucking goose, and now all of a sudden he's trying
I mean,
to.
kissing
I-
me on the cheek.
I'd probably be like, "What the fuck?" But I don't think my
Yeah, I
natural
wouldn't pop him.
just
Yeah.
sock him in the face.
I'd give him like one of these like the brush off, like
Yeah,
Exactly.
whoa,
right, yeah. Bro, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
gain some space.
I didn't even know Elon was. I mean, I'm sure we knew he was making robots, but he said the Tesla robot will be performing like household chores by the end of the year. So he's gonna like
Yeah,
have him cleaning the factory.
I think, yeah, no kidding. Or his fucking $50,000 small house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of dropped that on us, I feel like last year. And it's, yeah, for how he talks about AI, you know, that's kind of scary where it's like, yeah, it's, you know, kind of scary what they can do. By the way, your Tesla robot will be cleaning your kitchen next month.
He said
Um,
Tesla bots are initially positioned to replace people's repetitive, boring tasks, but the vision is for them to serve millions of households, such as cooking, mowing lawns, caring for the elderly. Imagine
God,
a robot caring for your grandma.
I mean, that'd be fine. I just imagine a fucking robot putting too much, you know, cheese on my plain hamburger, or no, like burning down your house, you know, like accidentally like starting a fire, cooking.
Yeah. Okay. So a father and son caught a rare blue lobster that you have a 1 in 2 million chance of finding one. But guess how much they're worth?
A blue lobster, you said?
Yeah.
Like $15. That's probably
I
Here,
mean,
let's-
500. But
Yeah.
like, if you have a 1 in 2 million chance to catch one, I feel
Bro.
like that should be worth way more.
I
than
would have
that.
figured more as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have
maybe it tastes bad.
Look at these
Um,
things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
and
sorry
like-
about my McAfee virus stopper.
McAfee's still living. That's
Plug for
crazy.
his
That's a lot
documentary.
bluer than I thought.
Yeah, like they look pretty. And if it's that 1 in 2 million, that sounds like lottery numbers, you know?
This
Yeah,
looks
right.
big.
Dude, I would have thought I caught a
Dude.
Pokemon.
Right. Do you eat these or do they keep them somewhere special?
I have no idea.
I wonder if it's
Says-
fucking poisonous.
Instead of selling it, they put it in their mother's fish tank at a restaurant.
Fire.
Hey, I bet that drives up business. At least
I
for a couple
wonder if
months.
it tastes different.
All right, Kanye's getting backlash because his Gap hoodies, his collab Gap hoodies, they were just in trash bags as the display at Gap. So
Wait, what was
People are
the high fashion that literally came out that was a trash bag? I thought KFC did something on it.
Like Balenciaga or something, I think, dropped a trash bag.
High fashion.
Yeah, Balenciaga trash bag. Dude, I thought the Yeezy slides were like, okay, they're cool. I don't know if they're $1,000 cool.
There's a lot of trash bag fashion.
I like the actual Yeezy shoes, but they're still too expensive.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Speaking on, our man Joey tweeted about it today about shrooms. Meek Mill tweeted that he took shrooms and it changed his life. It made him more smart, more happy, and more love in my heart. He said, I was gone cold, this shit like medicine, microdose vibes. I don't know if everybody's brain structure for this, but it's some cool shit in these things. So,
enlightening. Thank you, Meek.
yeah.
Meek Mill is always, he has a different like personality and outlook on life. Like every 3 months it changes, I feel like. Like
Yeah.
in 3 months, he's going to be beefing with someone on Twitter very heavily.
Might be basketball season. He'll be at the 76ers game, but disorder, perhaps, a couple of different personalities cutting it up.
Bryce Hall the other day on a podcast on Brianna Chicken Fresh podcast said it changed his life and makes him want to be a better person.
I think Bryce Hall is a funny guy now. His TikToks make me
agreed.
He's pretty funny now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's calmed down from like his old shit.
Yeah.
And he leans into like making fun of himself, which is
exactly.
He doesn't take himself seriously.
Yeah, that is a good trait. So the name got leaked of the RICO witness in the Young Thug case, and the district attorney said they are already being threatened heavily. So
yeah.
How do you let that shit leak? I guess someone in the courthouse gets like paid or something, but like that's
exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Once one of them family members or somebody heard that name, oof.
Yeah.
With the amount of money flying around in that case, on both parties, that person's more marked than Ghislaine Maxwell.
What do we know? Does anyone here know how many people are on that charge again?
I think it's upwards of like 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Like 30.
The word gets out.
Yeah. Too many grabbing hands.
After this year, Dodge will discontinue all Challengers and Chargers, so no more Hellcats.
This was a shock to me.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked too. That's like part of when I think of Dodge, I think of Dodge Charger mostly, right, or Durango, but like I don't know.
What was the shelf life of the Hummer? Because I felt like that was the next big thing, and then just as quickly as it was the next big thing, it was like,
you mean like how long did they last, or you mean how long did they last as a company?
In terms of like popularity, like there was like a 4-year span where it's like, oh, you need one, and then it was like, wait a second, you have to fill up every day.
If you think about it, it's a lot like what we're going through right now, where they are getting rid of cars and basically pushing us to trucks or electric cars. Yeah. And like gas prices are high, so a lot of people are inclined to think like, oh, I need something more efficient and stuff. But it's just interesting that we've kind of lived through the two periods similar. But
totally,
dude, the Hummers still have a huge cult following coming from the car scene.
And I think they have they're planning on doing an e-Hummer or some shit like that.
They already did. That was, that's sick.
Brendan, I wouldn't I've been kind of obsessed with a Tesla because I want to go to an e-vehicle because of gas prices and just I think it's the future. So why not do it now? And Teslas are sick. That Tesla that drove us to fucking the airport at 4 a.m. First of all, this woman was jamming out. I would have her DJ any party ever. I couldn't figure out how to get out of the vehicle. What the heck? How do you open the door from the inside? That was crazy. It looked like a goddamn movie theater in there with her with her screen.
Dude, they're sick. First of all, that woman was absolutely fucking jamming out at 4 days, blasting music. But no, especially if you're not familiar with riding in Teslas, which I'm not. Like maybe I ride in one like once every couple months.
Right.
When I'm in one for an Uber, it takes me like 30 seconds to figure out how to fucking get out because they don't have regular door handles.
You press a button. It's like it's a button to open it. It pops out. I couldn't figure out how to get out or get in. I looked at her as she's jamming out. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know how to get out of here.
Dude, yeah, the new Tesla too, it can hit 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. I saw this video on TikTok. It was crazy.
Dude, in the autopilot, I feel like people are experiencing something that I need to experience. Like, yeah, okay, maybe it's defunct every now and then, but just the fact that it's like anything, it's like a vaccine, you're gonna have some bad data, but like I feel like that's crazy, a game changer on the highway.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to think about. Dylan, the first dog has tested positive for monkeypox, and it was a golden retriever.
Wow, that's
With an Ian dog.
Ian petted Porter, my golden retriever. I'm more worried about how polio not only was here back, but that it was found in the water in New York City. Like, what? That's good God. We're diseased up now.
Yeah.
Dude, polio's in right now, like SIGs.
Polio's back, baby.
Polio's back.
Christ,
Oh
what
my
the fuck
God.
is going on?
Dude.
We live in a war zone. Sorry.
Dally.
Actually, never mind.
What's up with this, Dylan? 50 Cent signs multi-million-dollar deal with the NFL and the Houston Texans. You heard about that?
That sounds like bank robbery. I don't know what the hell. Hey, 50 Cent come out for a halftime performance, I guess, for our 4-13 team.
Is that what it would be though? Like why he would sign a deal?
Or like,
with them?
I don't. It sounds like he's literally just stealing money from his friend. Like, what is he going to be? You know how like Drake actually has an office at the Toronto Raptors, like Scotiabank Arena, and
how many times has he sat in there? Like 5. Like
no, I feel like maybe only playoff games, but he's a brand ambassador. I don't know, and that's Drake. I don't know what 50 Cent's going to be doing for fucking the Houston Texans, but Jay-Z is like an ambassador for the NFL. But again, those are light years difference from 50 Cent, but that's, hey, to each his own, get in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
So American Airlines is purchasing 20 Boom supersonic jets capable of traveling roughly twice the speed of typical commercial planes. So that's pretty crazy. Those fuckers would fly.
I think that's basically going the speed of sound.
And I like the second part of a headline I saw was, is there an industry for it? Because I've been on the Concorde before when I was like 3, which was like the same thing, which was like, I think
the Concorde was even faster.
Right.
I think this is 1.3 times the speed of sound.
Wow.
Apparently the Concorde was even faster than that.
Yeah. And
you said twice the speed of a typical commercial.
That's what it said. Yeah.
It's basically going twice the speed of sound then, almost.
That's wild.
But it's like you don't, and again, I was so young.
Does it feel different?
I can't put myself there to kind of, I just remember it being underwhelming. It was like, my dad was kind of pointing to like, hey, this is how fast we're going. I was like, okay, where's my Game Boy?
Yeah. And I could give a fuck like how it, like if it doesn't feel different, I don't care while I'm on the flight, but being able to get somewhere twice as fast would be huge.
True.
That's obviously the biggest part.
They're just trying to get some good press because everyone literally hates them right now. But like 20 planes, okay, like how many people are not going to get to ride on that?
That's going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
I was going to say those are going to be strategically used on high, like New
York to
flights.
LA or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, hey, great. I mean, a long flight like that, I think that's the perfect use for them.
All right, Dylan, this would have been a good stock to like short, or I don't understand stocks, but whatever. Kraft Heinz is recalling more than 5,000 cases of Capri Sun because a cleaning solution accidentally got mixed in with it. So everything they packaged, like all in the box, like in the juice, is a cleaning solution.
Yeah.
So they could probably catch a lawsuit for that or something.
Okay. I finished 5 seasons of Billions, and then that was all that they have on Amazon Prime, and it was like, I thought I called it good. I was like, you know what? I got the gist of the best part of it. It was cool how Axe kind of he knew when a stock was, like you said, going to have a PR disaster to short it. Super fascinating, fun show to watch, but yeah, it ran its course.
First couple seasons are sweet for sure.
Totally.
Those are
And great
awesome.
actors. I love how like KD was in it. And Mark Cuban, like they bring in all these different guys.
Yeah, to make it like seem like rich.
Right.
My opinion, it's 15-year anniversary. In my opinion, greatest comedy movie of our millennia, our generation. Superbad was released today, 15 years ago today. So that's just a nice little. So there's a new movie, and then for suggestions, there's a new movie coming out called The Greatest Beer Run Ever, and it's based on a true story, and it's Zac Efron, Russell Crowe, and Bill Murray, and it's about this dude back during Vietnam. Like he flies to Vietnam to like, because he's like, none of these soldiers think anyone cares about him, like everyone from his neighborhood. So he flies to Vietnam to give them all a beer. And it's like a crazy concept, but it's a true story apparently. And it's like about his like travels through Vietnam, and Zac Efron plays the main dude, and it looks kind of funny. It looks kind of good.
I like it.
And then there's a new show on Netflix that is coming out that kind of looks like it's made like Stranger Things, like the editing and stuff, but it's called Wednesday, and it's a reboot of the Addams Family. So that looks kind of interesting. And then the Monte Teo documentary came out. I have not watched it yet, but I've heard great things. That it's nuts. And then I'm still watching Better Call Saul, but I heard the finale was really good. No spoilers though. And then, yeah, Brendan watched it. And then Bob Odenkirk and Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Gus, they're both getting their own series on AMC in 2023, not based on their characters, but like just they're going to be the leads in 2 new series. So that'll be interesting. The stories both sound really good, but it'll be interesting to see if they're too like pigeonholed as like Saul and Gus, you know?
Right.
So.
I saw the 2 titles were released too. I forgot what they were, but yeah, it was interesting. I'm so jealous. I can't wait for Better Call Saul to come out on Netflix. And yeah, I saw Monty Tay was trending on Twitter because of the apostrophe. No one could put the O, so Twitter only took Tay. But so apparently that must have been pretty damn good if he was trending.
Yeah, a lot of people said in the part 1, it's like what everyone remembers, but then like the part 2 is like shit you've never heard about. So
yeah,
interesting.
Crazy. Suggestions. I always recommend them from Jack Duncan, the man, the myth, the legend. Good stuff. Alex Birdie Bursick, Babbling, Take Us Home.
Yep.
Sandwich viscosity ratio, or whichever order you want, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that came from.
Yes.
I'm thinking it has something to do with like, are you guys big sauce guys? And if so, the big debate I have is always like, do you put your like mustard and ketchup on the bun, or like in between like meat and cheese? Like, do you like a soggier bun, or like, you know what I mean, like a drier sandwich, a wetter sandwich? What we talking?
Yeah, I put it between like the top bun and then whatever the next layer is, whether it be like cheese or meat.
It depends what kind of. I'll sometimes load a burger up with some ketchup and mustard, but probably on top of the meat. Yeah.
How drippy would you guys go with a sandwich? I mean, my answer is already written in stone. I'm plain guy, so I'm trying to keep that light.
It depends. Like if it's like a buffalo chicken sandwich, like I'd love it, like just dripping buffalo sauce. But like a burger, like I don't want it like dripping like ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
So it depends on the type of sandwich for me.
Like if you would get an Italian sandwich and get like the oil and vinegar, it has
Let's just say
the way that's not soggy, you know.
Like we're talking more typical lunch sandwich or lunch burger, I guess, whatever you're more likely to eat. Are you dripping with sauce or not?
I'm more towards the dripping with sauce side than I am towards the
same. And like I had a sandwich from Jimmy John's the other night that was kind of dry, so I loaded that fucker with mustard. The bun was like kind of dry, so.
I'm a plain guy, and I like going like between meat and cheese rather than bun. I don't like a soggy bun.
I hate when it's all right sometimes, but when like the grease soaks down and it's like it's just so soggy at the bottom of your burger or something. The soggiest I'll go, or the drippiest on a burger I'll go, is when I got a fried egg on there that's running. A little bit of bacon, which I love. I'm thinking chicken parm. Are you guys kind of dripping marinara, or is that where that's got to be drippy? Yeah.
I
yeah.
prefer
Pasta
that.
loaded up. What about pizza with grease? I know, like Kyle Rombach with
Grease?
every pizza, like daps it off with a napkin. Like
I do too. If it's too greasy, I
Really?
do that.
some people like it like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not begging for grease, but I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, good God. Sometimes grease is what cures hangovers, you know, and like sometimes you just need that.
True.
Oh yeah, what kind of peanut butter do y'all like get raised on?
creamy
Jif.
Jif.
Oh,
What is it, Jif creamy?
Yeah.
You guys do crunchy? I'm like anti-crunchy.
I like
crunchy.
I don't dislike it, but I prefer
All the
creamy.
way.
yeah, same here. I can do both, but like I was raised
You're
on
crunchy,
creamy.
Versik?
For sure. I am such a texture dude that like
Yeah.
so like that's why the sauces are a little lighter on my sandwiches, but I like a crunchy peanut butter because I hate that like the dog off the top of my mouth feeling with a creamy peanut butter. So I'm also
True,
running
yeah.
almond butter these days.
Almond butter's good.
It is.
Yeah,
good.
true. With creamy peanut butter, you got like, I don't know. I'm a big like put my spoon in the fucking peanut butter and just scoop it out and eat it. But when I do that probably once a day, but when I do it, I gotta drink like a big ass glass of water with it.
That's Gaines City.
Or milk. I eat carrots with peanut butter, which is like you're kind of getting the best of both worlds, and it tastes good. You know, you're gonna all that.
That's fair.
Yeah,
if I'm using peanut butter to dip, I'm definitely dipping into a creamy. That's
right.
Dude,
the thing.
I've never heard of that honestly. And
Bro, you gotta try it. You
A
gotta
carrot?
try it.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
that's weird.
I
Like
follow
celery.
this-
You've heard of people do celery,
Celery
in
and peanut butter. Yeah.
I follow this fitness dude on TikTok who like posts what he eats every day, and he eats like a carrot every day. It's like this long. It's like one bug. And he pours maple syrup on it. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
He's got to be Canadian.
I'll eat
Yeah.
apples with
He's
peanut
not.
butter. And then I was raised like my mom's favorite snack in the world is peanut butter banana. I was raised on that.
See, I'm
Brandon
not-
hates that.
I think it sounds better than it tastes.
I think it's fire.
I think it's
mean,
a texture thing for me.
Brendan would hate that
Uh-huh.
peanut butter banana. Last
Yeah.
thing is God, have you guys ever had this? It's only like New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, maple sugar candy. It is a delicacy. Like it's because they're huge on maple syrup, but it's literally like a not a frozen, but it's like a crouton of like melting in your mouth maple sugar. It is. I recommend it. You have to go to the Northeast just to try it. It's that good.
I'm in. So the next thing I sent, dude, everyone, just a little PSA, and I'm sure I can fit. I'm preaching to myself a little bit, but I can't believe some of the people driving on the road, like how bad or like how dangerous of like moves people make and stuff. And it just seems to get worse. And call me the old cranky man, but I wish like there's more people that die from car accidents every year than like this is like getting morbid. But long story short is I think everyone needs to pass a test every 5 years because it's getting out of control.
I would hate that, but I think it is like you do need it. I maintain Minnesota as the worst drivers ever. They're just stupid. They're just we have a lot of merging here, which is weird. Like, you know, someone will be coming off one of those turns and merging left, and then someone has to merge right to get on that new highway, and it's like they're slowing down. I'm like, yeah, I have to go fucking behind you, dipshit. But Jack doesn't consider himself a good driver, so I mean,
Oh my god, awful fucking driver.
I mean, like that's the thing is like, I don't know. We all have I guess if Jack's our friend, that's a bad driver. What I'm saying is, it's not like you can't be safe or like that you might not make safe decisions or like I don't know. It's just frustrating when you see some dude like cut off a group of people, this and that, blah blah. But anyways, moving on.
No, it's
Go on.
interesting because like I grew up in the Northeast right before I started driving, where it's like, yeah, that's you have to be an asshole there. Everyone's cutting everyone off. It's almost like a way. Chicago's kind of like that too. You just learn to drive in traffic in the city, but Denver, right?
I would say Denver drivers were like better generally than some of the people like in Missouri that I see, but they like expect them to cut you off, like you're saying. Like if you leave a size of a car in front of you, like a gap in front of you, expect a guy to come over and squeeze in and like just be ready for that. Like so I was a lot more of a cautious driver through Denver than I need to be here. But
I was gonna say they are pretty fucking bad down here too. But to your point of Northeast, Dylan, when like Kyle and Reese flew to their flight got canceled and they flew to Washington DC and had to drive to Boston. Kyle drove the whole way and he said it was the worst experience he's ever had just because of the other drivers up there. He said the other drivers are ridiculous up there. So you might be right.
Well, even if you consider yourself a bad driver, here's my thing is if there's nobody else on the road, do you think you'd be like fine?
Yeah, like I'm not driving like I'm not flying anywhere driving like an idiot. I'm just like not. I get like stressed out and like we'll try to like
because people are dumb. That's my point.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna say is
like most bad drivers would. That's what I think I was trying to say earlier.
I got stressed out when I saw a cop once and I switched lanes really fast and I got pulled over for switching lanes too fast.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I see that every day while driving like highways to work. I see people see a cop, they slam on their brakes and get over, and I just zoom on by doing 8 over the speed limit. And I'm like, that's so much more dangerous than me just like, I don't know. But anyway,
I didn't know until like 5 years ago, like honestly, like that I didn't know the left lane was supposed to be for like, or whatever lane is for passing. Like I just thought
left lane,
baby. In both. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, I didn't drive many like road trip. Everyone else drove on a road trip.
Yeah. I guess
like,
I feel you, but
like,
it's good. Like, once you know it, you'll see like how much it helps whenever you're in those situations.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it now.
That cop probably sensed your fear, Jack, when you were switching lanes and pulled you over. And then do you guys have that one guy who you're kind of like afraid to drive with? Like you'll drive with him, but you're always kind of like watching the road a little extra.
Because he's wild.
Yeah, or he's just a bad driver. You know, it's
well, the bad driver is Jack, but the wild driver is Grant Zellers.
1,000%.
Or it's a crew. My God, when he was driving my car back from Chicago.
Oh, dude, the crew one time in high school and went from football. We were on a highway alone. He just turned his lights off and went and stopped and started laughing. We're like, dude, this is not funny. And then Grant passed a car on Clayton Road right by Lafayette. And I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. And then one time he burned out of the park. There's too many stories.
Dude, I wish someone told me about Zakru because I'm pretty sure that kid put a dent in my truck like in the first year of owning it. But
bro, we were going down one of those circular parking garages and he like all of a sudden put in a gear I didn't even know my car had, and we Tokyo drift down that bitch. Like I was like, dude, what? He like ran a red light going left in like the busiest street in Chicago. God, yeah. To answer my question is Kelsey though, who I'm afraid of.
I was gonna say being a chef, that has got to be tough because my main question is: are you always critiquing food? Are you always thinking, man, I'd do this better if I was at home? And
like, you enjoy food,
you know, like yeah, like I like to think that I enjoy my cooking more than anyone else's, but that's more of just a prideful thing, I guess. I'm no chef, but like, anyways, I don't know.
I can see that. Like, if you're like a 5-star chef, and
like, are they just always critiquing everything they eat from anywhere?
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
What I'm thinking when you bring up that topic is kind of like shitty hour job, probably a ton of work with a lot of mastery that you don't get rewarded for enough, you know, because it's so selective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that brings us to a close. I don't know if we did enough episodes, but for like the past 2-3 weeks, I rocked a massive mustache, and that's probably my best facial hair trait. But you guys got any suggestions for what I should do next? I like switching it up.
I was going to say on your mustache note, I did kind of notice it in passing last podcast, and I was like, you know what?
I had enough scruff that it.
But you like pull it off, so where it's like I notice it, but I'm not going to comment on it because you pull it off. But my recommendation would be if you watch Blackbird, the mutton chops the main criminal has. That's
the burn sides.
The burn sides.
Contrary to popular belief, They're actually called Burnsides from a general in the Civil
See, that actor
Army.
is really good too. He was in, what was it, Richard Jones
He's
or
in the
whatever
shit-
that
Yeah, he's in this shit about the dude who got framed for bombing
the
the
Atlanta bombing.
Olympics. Yeah,
He had mutton chops.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
go choppies.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
this is too small, but yeah, should I
No, I'm
try?
actually thinking that
You
guy
should
on
go-
the top left, second to the left, the mask face.
you should go the Fu Manchu.
You should do Imperial.
What do you mean the Imperial? Which one? I'm lost.
Imperial's
I
like
see.
the middle row. Yeah,
Oh, there's.
Well,
the
do you
mutton.
guys remember when I rocked the mustache?
Dude,
I do.
Dude,
Hold on, I'm gonna find it real quick.
I'm going on a lake trip in 2 weeks, and everyone to do mustaches. And this is 2 months on my face right now. I've been trying so hard.
Good for you.
It's
I
not
mean,
working.
good for you. I was going to say, hey, let's all regroup next week, and I'll have the top left one done.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, all ready for this shit. Hold on.
Let's see it.
So this is something I tried in college.
Oh, that's fun.
Wow.
See, you could
Mind
rock
you.
Imperial.
Yes.
Mind you, that so what happened is this is like right when I woke up the morning after a big, drunk night out and in college. And I just remember looking at the roommates and I was like, it's coming off. This thing's been on my face for like 7 months. Like it's so gross and ugly to have that thing. Like you guys don't even know after a shower that thing's just drooping and shit. Like it's disgusting. But when you get to wax it up and like curl it, like that thing curled more than when I went out that night. But yeah, so I figured out I can do it. And I'm really tempted to bring that back.
I think you
but
should
that's a
roll with
commitment.
that.
Dude, it's like I said, it's gonna be 6-7 months before that thing's here.
That was
Like a
going to be my
French
question is like, does it take some tugging and pulling, a little bit of twisty here, some wax?
More grooming than having this long a hair.
God, I need a haircut. I'm going tomorrow, thank goodness. But yeah, I would say that's about as clean as you could expect, from that mustache, the Fu Manchu. Oriental.
We'll think of something. I'm thinking it's not necessarily the full Imperial, but something similar that's easier to get to. So I'll try and mix it up.
Surprise us. Maybe we'll do some charity like shave off if you can grow it for long enough, and we'll pick a charity, something cool.
Maybe I'll actually donate the hair.
Right. There you go. Good stuff this week, boys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, the audience. I just iced out Kelsey with some My Custom Heart. You should do the same if your girl's a birthday. And then obviously we got Black Friday coming up and the holidays. Appreciate you guys.
Happy anniversary, Dylan.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Kelsey. Can't believe she's with me. Trooper. All right. See you, boys. Talk to you next week.